Welcome back to Storytime, termites. Tanya Tucker, Nickel Dreams, that's what we're reading. We're really making a lot of headway, too. We're getting into some good stuff. What are we drinking tonight? Little Writer's Tears, an Irish whiskey. Doesn't take a lot to talk me into liking any Irish whiskey. This would be on the level of Jameson, which is always going to be my all-time favorite, and Redbreast, sort of a tie. But this is a good one, and it's one of Lewis Black's favorites. And I frequently miscall it Irish Tears, which I think might have even a better name. Just Irish Tears. We can get real melancholy when need be. Sometimes not even when needed. Sometimes you're just a pain in the ass at the bar because you're too melancholy. That's why Lewis quit drinking scotch. It made him melancholy. So he said. I think it just made him mouthier. Whew. All right. It's the day before Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. Happy Mother's Day to Vicki Madigan. She won't be watching this. I'm sure she's never seen any of this. Maybe my dad might have showed her on Facebook, but Vicky's not really into this kind of stuff. She likes Twitter. She's on Twitter. Mary V. Maddie, I think is her handle. Mary Madigan, something. She's on Twitter. She runs real dry, though. For months, she won't tweet anything. And then, bam, she puts out some stuff where I'm like, I don't know if I should retweet that. I have fans with a lot of different opinions. All right, we're back to Tanya is getting to perform at the Ryman, which is a huge deal, especially for country singers. Ernest Tubb brought me out. Oh, I forgot. I have on my Dolly Parton Sevierville t-shirt because there's a good story behind this. Since we were doing country in Sevierville, me and my friends, we had a girls' weekend where we went down to Gatlinburg, Sevier, that's where Sevierville is, that's where Dolly's from, and she was going to perform there. Now, I'd seen Dolly in other places, it's the greatest show I'd ever seen in my life. Bar none, maybe Cher. Kind of a tie. But I'd say Dolly, if I could only see one show left, even above Stevie Nicks, who's my superhero. But Dolly, whoo, shoe buddy. But Sevierville, me and my friend Kathy and Lorene went down there, and they forgot to tell us it's a dry county. What? No alcohol at the show. And I felt sorry for Dolly because she did all this for free. It was for her imagination library. She just give all the money back, and it was just a bunch of people in a ballroom, for lack of a better thing, in folding chairs, and they were a terrible crowd. They were at one point, my friend Kathy stood up and somebody told her to sit down. She was playing Rocky Top. What more can she do to pander to the people of Tennessee than sing your song? Right, good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. Then she even did a Christian-y Bible things where she's like, I'm sure you're all going to know this one. And Kathy and Lorene and me are all Catholic, and we're like, I bet we don't. And we didn't know any of these super Christian, like, as a Catholic, I know maybe like 3 songs. We are one in the Christians, Ave Maria. That kind of covers it. Anyway, so I'm just shouting out if you guys are going to see a show in Sevierville, hide and bring your own alcohol. They had full Pepsi, popcorn, and I think ice cream at a concert. That's why the crowd sucked too. Nobody's drinking. I mean, not that you have to drink, but if everybody's in a fun mood, I felt like I was at, I don't even know, but I felt sorry for Dolly, and I don't want to say, but I think I saw her bus pull right on the highway immediately following that show. As if I had a bus, my ass would have been out of there too. They could have been nicer. Just saying, she's giving the money back. She's doing a favor. All right. So Tanya's going to get to sing at the Opry. Ernest brought me out and told the audience about singing with me in Wilcox. When he stepped back and said, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Tanya Tucker. I was so excited I could have peed my pants. I stepped up to the microphone and sang Delta Dawn, then went off stage to see if I'd get an encore. Imagine my surprise to find out that people didn't just automatically clap you back. The Opry announcers come out and keep the audience going, revving them up so you get an encore. And I did get one. I'd heard that Hank Williams held the record, receiving 6 encores in one night. Well, shoot, I thought, if the announcers are going to get the audience revved up for one encore, why don't they keep right on revving it up so I can break Hank's record? She's 13 and she's already figured out it's a trek. In July, we were back in the recording studio to complete the album. We recorded 9 songs over a 3-day period from July 12th to July 14th. And from those sessions, we got a double-sided hit, Love's the Answer and Jamestown Ferry. Dad had one of those rare chances to say, I told you so, during the sessions, and it was a sweet moment for him. I bet so. Daddy's always looking to get on back on the right side of the track. We were walking down the alley toward Columbia Studio B one morning, and who should we run into but John Capps from K-Arc Records. He immediately glad-handed Dolores. Well, how are you doing, Dolores, he asked. And what are you doing in town? I'm managing Tanya Tucker, she said. This is her daddy, Bo Tucker. How do you do, Mr. Tucker? Glad to meet you. And you're the Delta Dawn girl, aren't you, honey? I sure wish I'd signed you before Billy Sherrill. He reached down and shook my hand. I just smiled and said hi because I didn't have a clue who he was. I didn't remember his face any more than he remembered mine, but Dad remembered. Uh-oh. We've already met, Dad said. John Capps looked puzzled. You're the first person in Nashville I brought my little girl to see. You asked your secretary how much money she'd be willing to invest in Tanya's career, and she said she wouldn't put in a penny, so you just sent us away. Believe me, you know Daddy ain't going to forget that day. I haven't forgotten that story, and it's not my life. Because he asked the secretary her opinion, so I guess she gets to decide. She's, as George Bush used to say, the decider. John's face turned red, and he said, well, I guess that's why Billy Sherrill's running Columbia Records, and I'm not. Dad walked a little taller as we walked on down the alley. Starting my 9th grade at Henderson seemed strange after the summer of '72 when I'd been playing country shows all over and I'd performed on the Grand Ole Opry. I watched Delta Dawn become one of the biggest hits of the year. I've always been more of an outsider, and my new celebrity status made me more of one. It was especially difficult to be treated like I believed I was special, a star, when what I felt like was someone who'd been working hard at a job. Exactly. I had a foreboding feeling about school in Henderson. When I first came there the previous year, the building was big and gray. There's a little bit of kick to that. Wow. The building was gray and big, and it looked like a prison. Well, most schools do, really. I think they should jazz them up, too. The school grounds didn't seem that much different from the tension-filled prison yards I'd seen in movies and on television, either. The school was full of cliques, and I knew I wasn't going to fit in. There were black cliques, Mexican cliques, and all kinds of white cliques, and mine, which was short of a nothing clique. We had nothing in common with nobody else except nobody else wanted us in their group. After Delta Dawn hit, the Las Vegas newspaper sent a reporter out to our trailer on Navajo Drive to write a local girl makes good article. Nothing could have been worse for a junior high school student, and I knew it the minute I walked into school and a group of girls started chanting, Delta Dawn, what's the poo I smell on you? I should sing this. Delta Dawn, what's that poo I smell on you? Could it be you need a bath and shower too? Well, that is mean. Jesus. Like the Leroy Van Dyke song, I just walked on by. It's hard to know how to react. If I got mad or acted hurt, I knew it'd get worse. Everyone knows how junior high is. It's not the best of times for most kids. If something made you stand out from the crowd, it's very likely to be the worst of times. I was standing in the girls' bathroom just before homeroom one day when a group of girls slipped in, surrounding me. Come on, Star, one said, shoving me a little. Sing your hillbilly song. Well, see, you sound like a hillbilly saying that. Sing your hillbilly song. Hey. I tried to shake her off, and the other one closed in on behind me. Let's hear you sing that old country song, she said, giving me a little push. Then one of them opened up one of the stalls. There's your stage, Delta Pooh. Get on up there and sing for us. There were so many of them, I had no choice. I couldn't have made it around them to the door, and even if I could, I knew I'd never make it home that night without getting beat up. So I did as I'd have done so many times in my life. I just shut down the hurt and anger and sang. But that time, my stage was a toilet. I think that's a good place to stop. My stage is a toilet. All right, well, that's what we got, termites. I got my Bigfoot pajamas on again. A little writer's tears. A little rain outside. Rainy all day. And I think that's how we close this one up. With a happy Mother's Day to everybody out there that's a mother. Or even just, taking care of somebody like your mother. They'd say that, right? In a country song, they'd sing that. She wasn't my mother, she was better than my mother. See how I just made that up? That's it. Congratulations to states that are opening. Hope y'all safe. And in the words of Ryan Wright, night-night, termites.